Where the real OGs at? Peace, family. I am the black woman lover, the black man's brother, the cultural teacher, hood healer, the ghetto witch doctor, the real OG. Hey, mama, there go the CMOS, man. Y'all better come on in. I'm trying to tell you, I got a hot one today. When you hear me talk about real OGs, I'm talking about the brothers that lived it, that lived through the streets, and they here to talk about it now. Brothers with a reputation, ex-pimps, hustlers, killers. Everybody welcome one of my OG homies, MOE SCRILLA from the SCRILLA brand.
No doubt. What up, Milwaukee County? The SCRILLA man from the SCRILLA brand. I'm here to calm the land. One time for your mind. Milwaukee's prodigal son has returned to blaze a trail all so well.
Where you from, family?
Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Born and raised.
What part?
See, my story is it's a little different because I'm not from like a certain part of this town.
You know, most people from Milwaukee ain't. That's why I like to start off like that, because we finna see a similarity. When you get into it, I'm gonna show you what I'm talking about.
No doubt. Originally, I'm from 24th Concordia. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's one of the houses. That's what I remember. I grew up from 24th and Concordia, 24th and Center.
Mm-hmm.
All the way to 24th and Nash.
Well, there's something about that number, ain't it?
Yeah, 24 hours a day.
You see there? Yeah, there's something about that, man. Come on now. That's what's happening, man. So where you think, where do people mostly know you from?
From Milwaukee.
Right.
But if you want to see if I've been labeled as...
Well, that's what I'm talking about. You know, we all got labels.
Well,
you know
most people think I'm from 24th and Capitol.
Right, okay.
But I grew up on 22nd and Townsend by way of Center Street.
Right.
This is a story that I don't necessarily know how to tell, so you gotta take your time with me and help me get to the actuals and factuals.
Yeah, it's all good. I was just saying that earlier because, you know what I mean, like most people from Milwaukee, they usually touch down on different parts of Milwaukee growing up. You know what I'm saying? So there's very few people that just come from one neighborhood. You know what I mean? Right. Like me, I started out, I grew up in West Line. I didn't finish my career in West Line. You know what I'm saying? Right. So like most people, we got homies here on this side of town. We gonna have some homies over here on this side of town. We gonna have some homies here on this side of town. I like to say Milwaukee is probably one of the smallest, biggest cities in the country.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because we all know somebody that knows somebody. Or we all got ties to different parts of the city. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Over the years. What was it growing up like? What was growing up?
Well, let me say this.
Okay. It's all good.
You got to start with, we got to start with what school I went to. Where was I educated at?
Yeah, and that's where we was gonna get into that, but we could go there because we pretty much there now.
Right, why it's on my mind.
Yeah.
I went to our Avenue. I started off at Maple Tree.
Mm-hmm.
Elementary.
Right.
Excuse me. But I ended up at our Avenue. That's where a lot of my experience came from, being right there on 23rd, 24th hour. So that is where all of my history comes from. Mm-hmm. So if you want to ask me, so back to what you're saying is, where did I grow up at? A lot of it has to do with going to our Avenue.
Okay.
So that's where I started out.
Right. That's okay. I get it. I always thought it was more Capitol. I mean, I thought you grew up over there with the family.
Well, I grew up over there too. And one of my brothers from another mother went to Benjamin Franklin. Mm-hmm. Actually, most of them did.
Yeah, they did. Right.
But I went to our Avenue. Mm-hmm. Clarify that. One of my neighborhood brothers from other mothers, they went to Benjamin Franklin, which led me to the social center. Mm-hmm. So I was at both different places. I went to our Avenue, and I went to our Avenue Social Center, and I went to Benjamin Franklin Social Center. I played basketball on both of those playgrounds, in those social centers. My grandmother, she lived on 24th and Center, where all the OGs, where all my aunties and uncles and all my cousins, my blood relatives was all over there on the block of OBs. So from those three places, all of that is who I am.
No doubt. What was life like for Maurice. I'm saying Maurice because I'm talking from ages 5 to 10.
Yeah, that was an interesting time in my life.
Right.
But I'm gonna tell you the best way I can before I have my mother come on here, and then she could be a better.
Yeah, she gonna tell us
Right.
about you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? She gonna tell us all about you.
So from 5 to 10, you say?
Yeah.
I grew up as the first. I'm the first grandchild. I'm the first son, my mother's only son, and I'm the oldest grandchild. And my mother had me at a young age. So I grew up real close to my aunties, they was teenagers. You know what I'm saying? So I was more like their little brother. So all the North Division alumni back in the 70s, I had access to all those people. So I was pretty much around that crowd of teenagers. And my auntie, she was an actress at Hello Dollar at North Division, and she was finding in Holly Berry. So all them dudes, everybody followed my aunties around. So they had this nephew. So I got the first-hand look to be able to hang out or be around the teenage era of people coming up in the 70s. So that, and in saying that, it raised the bar for me. So I was a little more advanced than kids my age.
Right, because you was raised by seasoned veterans already.
Right, correct.
At least on the next level, they was veterans.
Right, way before my time.
Right.
I like to say way before already. So at 5 years old, I was I knew what most kids didn't know at my age.
You was laced at a young age, being laced by the next level early.
Correct.
Where a lot of kids was running around outside playing kickball or something, you was on some other shit.
Yeah, I was being entertained by the likeness of mature people.
Right.
So I thought different. So I didn't necessarily get a chance to play or didn't want to play with kids my age. You know what I'm saying? So I grew up fast.
Right.
Now my mama, she didn't know all of this, because my mama, she is a teacher. You know what I'm saying? And she believed in, kids not having access to grown folks' conversation, and be in the bed at 9 o'clock. And eat your vegetables. And you gotta eat your vegetables. I don't forget that, because when you do, it helps your bowels move, and it'll help you live longer. Yeah, like the house of vitality.
No doubt.
Yeah, so my mama, she that kind of person. And
That's that. That time. Those times was different, because like that was something that was going on through a lot of households. Parents was on us like that.
Right. But she had young sisters that didn't think like she did.
Right.
That all the young hustlers and the players was attracted to.
Yeah, they giving you that guy.
I was there. They wasn't necessarily giving it to me.
Well, you can't help but to.
They didn't say, "Come on, let me teach you this."
Right.
I just happened to be around because I was their nephew, and I was the only one for a long time. You know what I'm saying? So they used to watch me all the time.
Yeah, you used to get the game from being around the game.
Absolutely.
What you do for high school?
Now, when I share this, most people think I'm making it up, because this ain't common. I never went to high school. I never had a lunch token of high school ID. Never was enrolled in any Milwaukee high school. Most people don't know that about me. That's when you know people know me. You say, what school he went to? And they say he didn't go to school. And the reason why I didn't go to school, it wasn't because I was skipping school or my parents didn't care and didn't see that I was going to school. It's because of how I grew up so early that I started making decisions that was getting me locked up, sending me to jail. And I ended up in Ethan Valley.
Yeah, I had to stop there too for a minute. A lot of us did growing up.
Right.
A lot of us did. But you know, I pretty much knew that answer already, but I just felt like that was something to put in there. Because see, a lot of young brothers, man, they start getting in trouble early, and they don't understand like what they gonna miss, or how the type of road that lifestyle gonna take them down. You know what I mean? Like a lot of people will say high school was the best time of their life. You know what I mean? Growing up, because you get to experience so much different stuff, and you start understanding the independence and everything. But like it's also a tragedy. You know what I mean? When you really think about it. When I think back now of how we used to live and think, it was horrible because it's a tragedy, man, to have to go to prison and not go to school. Or not prison. Well, it's prison for kids, you know what I'm saying?
That's a juvenile penitentiary.
Mm-hmm.
But for me, when I look back, I feel the same way. I ain't gonna say that it was a tragedy because we still here, you know, to speak on it. But for me, because I got vision and I got hindsight too. So that's one of the things that I know. Had I would have went to high school, I would have been great at whatever endeavor I encountered. Mm-hmm. And because I was in the Wales, I did graduate.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because it's a school. It's a school also.
It's the significance of this. I got achieved.
Mm-hmm.
And it ain't because I wanted to go to school. Because at that point that I had missed going to high school, I never thought about that in the moment. Mm-hmm. Because I had became somebody. I became Mo.
Right.
So school wasn't even on my mind, but I went to Wales. Mm-hmm. And in Wales, you know, as a young teenagers that was not making so much as good decisions coming from Milwaukee County. There was a lot of us. We all know each other right now. We love each other too, even though we didn't understand each other back then.
Right.
We brothers now,
man,
all over this town.
You know, like sidebar, right? I tell young brothers this story, right? Like I look back a long time ago, there was a lot of people who disagreed with each other. You know what I mean? Had issues. Then when you look at, you know, the pages turn, the calendars change, and we at the age we at now it's almost like we appreciate seeing them same people.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
And so now it's, what the fuck was we even fighting for? If we'd have knew back then how we would appreciate each other later, you know what I mean? What the fuck is we even
I'm gonna explain it to you at some point in this thing that we're doing about that.
Yeah.
So I don't lose my thought. Wales. So they was teaching sex education. You was able to driver's ed, all the stuff that as a young person we wanted. Mm-hmm. And that curriculum they was teaching it in the school, but you had to go to jail.
Right.
They weren't teaching it in regular school.
Right.
So check it out. I passed fluently in sex education. I know about fallopian tubes and placenta and afterbirth. I know about all of that stuff. So I could take care of a woman like a seasoned physician and raise a baby because I took that course up. Also, I was so interested because I learned how to drive, and I probably was 7, 8 years old because my father, he taught. Me and my sister, I got 2 sisters. This is me and 2 sisters. I'm the only son. Hey, we knew how to do everything, man, before we was 10 years old. Our survivors, drive, wash dishes, all these scars and stuff. I mean, a lot of people think they like gladiator scars because, you know, I get down. But it's all from washing dishes, dog. Right. All these scars from me washing dishes and breaking glasses and cutting up.
All this time I thought you was tough, man.
Yeah.
You a dishwasher.
I am a dishwasher. Yeah. It don't make me have to be no window washer because I ain't washed up. And if you thought I would, the first thing you wouldn't be saying I was a dishwasher. You would be calling me a window washer because the first thing I do is I'll be washing down all the windows and I'll be pushing the cameras everywhere, so you would never be able to see this. You wouldn't see this greatness. So everybody should be appreciate that I survived it all, and I'm here to share my teachings so we don't ruin, so the next generation don't ruin themselves.
No doubt, man.
So the driver's education, check this out. I passed the written test. I passed the written test. But to get to able to take the road test, I had to get a parental written permission.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm in Wales. My mama don't know I'm taking all these classes. But in this time, she came to see me all the time. She made sure I had everything I needed. She made sure I was straight. I passed the written test. I was straight A's. I was accomplishing every task that was put in front of me as a kid in that place. And when it was time for me to take the road test, and I called my mama and told her that I needed permission to take the road test because I'm doing good. I haven't had no fights and none of that. I was on point, and she said, "Ain't no kid of hers. She ain't giving me permission because ain't no kid of hers that's gonna be driving no car and don't have no high school diploma. But if you get your diploma or a GED, I'll give you permission to take the road test." Yes, I hurried up.
No more.
I hurried up and got a GED.
Right.
It was a 226. I graduated in 1986. I'm from the class of 86, and I'm in the mix for sure. Skrilla. And she didn't sign the thing, so by the time she was ready, by the time I had passed got the GED, and I called and said I passed the GED. 2 days later, it was time they released me.
Damn.
So I went home, and I didn't have a license, and I tried driving the car anyway.
There you go.
And that was the wrong thing to do. You know what I'm saying? So that's why when I came home, I had already graduated. And then I was 16 years old. So all of my friends, my 24th Street Capital partners, my comrades, they know I love them. But when I came home, and I'm skipping part of this story, I had already graduated. And I wasn't doing the things everybody else was doing. So it separated me. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, so that started a whole different thing for me because I had already graduated. So people were still going to school, and I wasn't. And I wasn't skipping. I had already paid my credentials.
Right. What was your thing, man? What was your thing for you? How did you see yourself? The dealer, the gangster, or the pimp?
Neither one of them.
None of them?
None of them. I never categorized myself in nothing.
You look at yourself
None
as
of
nothing like, so how
I'm
did
gonna tell you.
you talk to me?
I'm a gentleman. You can't be nothing as a man or a young boy growing into becoming a man if you ain't got no gentleman in you.
No doubt.
So I always carried myself as a young man. So I'm a player. You know, I've been walking. It's
See, well, then that's something right there.
I'm gonna tell you why I say. But see, most people think when you say player, that means you gotta have a whole
Right,
bunch of
that's what
women.
they think, right.
I ain't talking like that.
Right.
Because I know how to play any situation that's encountered, and I'm encountered with. And I know how to resolve issues properly. So I didn't have my gangster.
I was always told a player can adapt to any situation
Absolutely. I agree.
to come out on top.
Right. We know how to learn, adapt, to overcome, and survive any situation. That's what a
Right.
player is. Hey, I appreciate you helping me get my words.
So you was a player then?
Yeah, I still am.
Yeah, okay, my man. You're gonna have to get another table, man. You're gonna have to get another table on that next year.
Right, we're gonna get something solid because we heavyweight. Every time we lean on something, you understand, it started going the way we want it to.
Right. All right, now this is like a two-part question, right? Okay, through your eyes when you was younger and your eyes now. Feared, is it better to be feared or is it better to be respected?
Respected.
So, of course, that's how I feel now. When I was young, I thought it was better to be feared when I was young.
So what's the question again? So I'll get
Okay, I'm asking like, when you was young, your point of view, and now, your point of view and the difference? Or is it a difference? You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, when I was young, I used to think it was better to be feared. These niggas gonna listen to me. They gonna, you know what I mean? But now I understand it's better to be respected. Because a scared man to kill you, real.
Correct. So for me, it's always been the same because I always been able to see way far ahead of me as a little kid. I always see where I was going, for the most part. And I've always wanted to be respected, not feared, because I never gave a person a reason to fear me, because I always come correct, even in the times where I had to handle it different. You know, my humility and my using my words didn't always work, so I had to handle it different. But I always come correct, and I always believed in respect. And right now to this day, from way back then, respect has always been everything to me.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
So when I see people that's in fear, then I know that they ain't coming correct. So I know how to avoid it. You know what I'm saying? Because I always got a pleasant demeanor. Although when you look at me, my armor, my protective armor, it just automatically forms. Mm-hmm. But I always come with peace and love.
I tend to stay away from people who I feel fear me. At least until they get to know me, then they know ain't no harm coming. You know what I'm saying?
Right, I agree.
So then you tend to develop the respect also. Well, I tend to develop the respect off of that. You know what I'm saying? They respect me more when they see that I ain't the person who they thought I was. You know what I'm saying? It's the biggest lesson jail taught you.
Not to never go back.
No doubt.
Check it out. In my experience, it's different from everybody that I've encountered growing up. All my childhood brothers and sisters, it's different from me because I started making the bad decisions that was getting me locked up as a child. Because I grew up with all of them teenage Milwaukee road pavers. Mm-hmm. So I don't go to jail, and I don't do nothing to go to jail, and I don't participate in nothing that nobody else got going on. Although I don't discriminate what they doing, right. I can't be influenced. So what I learned as a young person from going to jail is that ain't where I wanted to be.
Right. So prison taught you to stop doing shit to go to prison. That's what it taught me. That was my biggest lesson, man. Stop, because I never got in trouble for the same thing twice. Mm-hmm. But so every time I got in trouble, it was for something different. But then I finally went to fucking prison. And now, shit, I don't think I want to do nothing that's going to wind me back up in this moment.
Man, listen, I ain't been to jail in so long.
That's what jail taught me.
I don't even remember it.
Straight up. When I got released, I left everything. I ain't come out with nothing but a pair of clothes and my walking papers.
Right.
I left everything in that motherfucker. I gave that shit away, told them to take this shit.
Right.
I ain't want nothing.
Yeah, that's how that is in jail. You say, oh, the homie leaving tomorrow, man. And let me get your cake.
Yeah.
And let me get
that TV.
Right. And let me get that pillow you had. You know, hey. But like I'm saying, my experience from my age group, because most people in my age group, just to keep it real, they are not my peers. Mm-hmm. Because what we missing in this story that we telling is, I went to prison. I was 16. I went to Green Bay. I was 16. I was turning 17. I'm gonna tell you, I don't like talking about this stuff, because I don't glorify this shit.
No, we talk about it so these young folks can hear what we went through.
Right, and I don't like talking about it because I'm so far past it that it stagnates my growth. To come way back to tell this story. But I'm doing it because, like you said, it need to be shared with the next people. And that's the only reason why I don't say this. Not because I thought it was cool to go to jail, because I went to jail so much. My mama, she said, well, when you going back? And I was a teenager, for real. From the time I probably was 11 years old, I was in and out of jail by myself. And I couldn't tell nobody, because every time something happened, it was me. Yeah, I did it, but I ain't gonna do it again. in Benjamin Franklin, where I dunked on everybody on the basketball court. They said, ooh, so what you doing? Because I could play. When I could play, every time I shot the ball, it went in. If I came in the gym and it was a flat basketball, ain't like on White Shadow or Cooley High, the ball be flat coming out, kick it. The ball just go in the basket.
How come don't nobody tell no old school Mo basketball story?
Because they
I hear everything else but the basketball story.
right, because they was embarrassed. They embarrassed to tell them stories. That's why they don't tell them stories. The stories they talking about, they fabricated.
Yeah.
About me being a gangster and all that shit. That shit fabricated.
Right.
Ain't nobody seen me do nothing. I ain't running around here talking. You ain't never heard me say nothing about being no gangster. You ain't all these years you know me. You ain't never heard me talk like that.
Nope.
Right, cause it ain't like that. So don't listen to them. Yeah, but in them basketball stories, yeah, y'all come tell some of them basketball.
I just figured it's just some shit we don't talk about.
Yeah, so basketball stories we can talk
But no,
about.
I'm talking about all the other shit. I just figured, that's why I never heard it. Because I just figured that it's just some shit we don't talk about.
Let me get back to the story then. About my experience with the jail shit. Cause I'm way smoother than to be a jail nigga. Mm-hmm. And excuse my language, because I'm working on my vocabulary and I'm getting my words intact because I don't want to be misunderstood when we get in the boardroom to make these big money deals with corporate America about where we taking Milwaukee to. So when I went to jail.
Hey, I like how you just right back to the.
And listen, man, I've been seeing this. Ain't nobody never been able to get me to come sit down on nobody and talk to them, dog. Cause I don't play no games like that.
Why me?
Cause you make sense to me, dog.
Okay.
And I seen you come. I seen you put the work in to be a real OG. I saw you do it. I saw you when you was creating this stuff in your living room. I saw you do it. So I know you genuine. And I remember when you was a rapper, although I'm a rapper. But
I know that. I never knew that.
I'm a WRAP rapper. Yes,
Christmas
it's a rap. No, it's a rap, y'all. I'm about to rap y'all up. But let me finish telling you. Because I respect you, though. And you always treated me right, man. That's it.
No doubt. That's the only way, man.
You ain't trying to be nobody you not. Your voice still the same. I know people on their show, they got their TV voice. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Come on in.
Hey, welcome to Mellow.
Right, all that. Yeah, keep it Skrilla. So. At 16 years old, man, the dude seen me and the girl. We coming from a basement party. Yeah, I was young and I was 2'4". Now I'm Mr. Jones. And everybody knew that. The police knew it. I went to jail and all of that stuff. I paid my debt to society.
Cadillac drive.
All of that. I'll get to that later. But I want to tell you about the jail shit.
Yeah.
Because it's so far behind me, I be forgetting about it. Nevertheless, I went to jail. They waived me, sent me to adult court. They gave me 2-year stage sentence. And then they sent me back to Wales. That means we're going to let you continue to be a kid. We'll give you another chance. But if you mess up, you're going straight to prison. And when I got out of Wales, I had to go check in to adult supervision. I was 17. I had turned 17. Now I'm going to grown adult court. POs. Mm-hmm. And the PO, they had labeled me as a known gang member. So I wasn't supposed to be in association with none of the friends that I grew up with all my life because they had labeled us as gang members. So when I went to go see my picture, these are my friends. They stay next door, they stay right here. So why I'm not being able to communicate with people that been around me all my life, or I'm going to jail because of some stuff like that. And when I went to go see my PO, it was me and my comrades, because we neighborhood partners, so we ride the bus, we used to walk everywhere. And the PO seen me. When I leave, the PO followed me, unbeknownst to me, and was watching everything I do, and seen me with my friends, and then called me and said that I had broken a rule. So I didn't want to go back to jail, and I stopped going to see him. I was 16, and then I did some old stuff. They kept getting me in trouble. So when they did run into me, they see me, I had violated my probation at 17 years old. And they sent me to the house correction. I was in there for a year with all the OGs before. I call them role papers. These are old players and Max. They wasn't they wasn't in no games, and they was getting money and dressing nice, and we all wanted to be like them.
A lot of that gang shit started in your era.
Right, and I'm the one.
In Milwaukee.
And I retired when I was 16.
Right, start the shit. I'm done.
because I ended up in the jail with all the old players. I'm talking about everywhere, every last one of them. All of them know me. What's up, y'all? I'm coming to get y'all because we're gonna share some intelligence about how the OGs didn't steer me wrong when I was a young dude and I was living destructive, and y'all didn't steer me wrong. So I'm coming to get y'all so I can share my intelligence about how I wasn't no send-off.
No doubt, no doubt.
Let me just say this about that. So they weighed me. I went to the penitentiary. Sent me straight to Green Bay. I was 17 years old. My mama, she cried. I ain't never seen my mama be broken down, dog, in my life. She ain't never had nothing bad to say about nobody, about nothing in my life. She always got something good to say, and always got something good to say. And she broke down when she see her son, her only son, was going to prison, and I was going to Green Bay. And she just knew I was going to get ruined in Green Bay. But they respected me because I ain't never been able to stand up for myself. And all the old players, they respected me, and they said, you got it. And all of them breathed life into all that I was about right now to this day. And they still around in this town. And it's been hard to get me to go back to jail because I value my freedom and the lessons I learned and how to make decisions and where they'll take you in the end. So yeah, like my guy Renzo Williams always tell me, he said, yeah, you don't say you want to talk about all the pimps and the niggas that did 20 years, but what about the dude that ain't never been to jail? Enough respect to you, Renzo. Keep living.
Shout out to you, Lorenzo. Skrilla Coats. Did you start that when you got out the joint the last time?
What you mean the last time?
That the last time, I'm saying the last time you've been to the joint, I'm asking, did the Skrilla Coats come after that? Because I'm thinking
I've been to jail a couple times. I be forgetting because I got long job. This is true.
Right,
This ain't me. This ain't me jacking. This ain't me talking out the side of my neck.
Yeah, I know.
I be forgetting. I forgot a whole bunch of shit because I keep it moving all the time. That's what you call the magic potion for motion.
Okay, so let me ask the question different. All right. The last time you went to the penitentiary, did the Skrilla Coats come after that? Because I got another question. That's why I'm
Okay. Let me say this first. We talking about the Skrilla stuff now?
Well, it's just my next
Okay,
question.
okay.
We all over.
That's cool. Because I told you I've been doing so much, man. You helping me like prioritize a whole bunch of stuff. My 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Right? Because my girl a 10. All women, y'all are 10s. We gonna make sure everybody know that. Because all the real men, we 11s. We just went up y'all. But you did. I know for a fact that when you start acting sassy and being with your razzle dazzle, you're 20. But understand this clearly, ladies. All we need y'all to do is be 10s. That's because you're listening and we're on the same page. But as a man that could appreciate being valued because I saw my mother do this, let me be an 11 and y'all gonna make it. We'll make it together. So yeah, in 1999, see the Skrilla. Yeah, this was in my head in 1999. I had got out of prison. I don't like saying it though. I don't even like cause I'm flying to jail, man. It's too smooth to be in jail.
Yeah, I'm telling you, most of us is.
I'm cringing now.
And that's why I call it a tragedy.
And I'm cringing right now.
Shit, man, it's slick, as smooth as we always was. That's time wasted. We could have had a whole lot of motion in that time we was gone. You know what I mean? And that's why I say it's a tragedy.
I don't like to talk about it.
I get it, but this what we do.
It's the last time I'm gonna talk about it.
This what we do.
It's the last time I'm gonna talk about it because I got some more stuff in my life that I'm doing. So I'm gonna share this with the people, and they gotta come pay attention and watch this show to get the goods. Because I ain't gonna tell you no more about this. I ain't one of those people that every time you see me, I'm gonna go talking about, yeah, you know, I was in jail for a few years, and you know.
Hey, check this out, Mo. Look, you're gonna have a lot more interviews after this one, right?
I get it.
And what you think they gonna ask you about?
Yeah.
They're gonna ask you about your life.
They
man.
gonna ask me.
They wanna know MOE SCRILLA.
Right, and that's why I'm gonna
All about it.
I'm gonna do it now.
And then like, and you know, when I ask you these questions about jail and stuff like that, like I say, it ain't about the glorification. You know what I mean? It's to hit home to these young people. You know what I mean? The lifestyle you live in, this is where it's gonna take you. You know what I mean? You're gonna be our age, still trying to put dreams together. You dig what I'm saying? From fucking around.
Well, that's why I'm gonna say it now.
Yeah, man, we gotta give it
I'm
to
gonna say it now. I'm gonna say it now because I'm still growing, and the more I grow, the more I get to grow some more. So
ain't
I
gonna
don't
never
keep
stop
coming
to grow.
back. So I don't keep coming back. Just like when I came back to Milwaukee, it stunted my growth, dog. It started like I got paralyzed because now I got to figure out how to get back to my focus. That makes
Right.
sense. So I'm giving all I got to share because I want to share this because it's important. So yes, when I got out of the penitentiary in '99, I got married. I got married in 1999. I was 29 years old. And I married the woman that I knew I was going to marry when I was a little kid. But back to what you're saying. So I did all of this stuff, and now my '99, my life changed for a whole lot of different reasons. And I was in the halfway house. I was at Marshall Shears, if I could say that. But and I was in there, and so my old player party, they see me, they love it, said, that's Mo. And they love me, dog. I'm gonna bring him on. And it was DeLon. I appreciate you, dog. I said, man, I gotta get out of here, dog. I need something to do. He said, man, it's a job that don't nobody make it in. He said, everybody done tried it and they get fired every time. And it was a sales job. It was telephone sales. And it was a print company. So they did all the printing. And it was business to business, not person to person. So I'm dealing with post office, Rent-A-Center, Color Time, Napa, like corporations. And these millionaires kept coming in with lambskin leather jackets, hats, t-shirts, and they looking like the Beach Boys. They got some Corvettes, and I'm like, I'm in the bank. But I'm able to have access to these people because I'm a student of the game. So the lady that was teaching me, she was introducing everybody. So I ended up being introduced to this dude. The businessman's name was Mark. He had the rights to General Motors badges. See, people don't know none of this stuff. And he had licensed the rights to the Chevrolet bow tie. So he was coming in there making the jackets for the Corvette anniversary edition. And they lambskin leather jackets. And they like putting them in a catalog. So I'm like, I'm intrigued. I don't know what's happening. Because I like fashion.
Right.
I like to dress. I played kickball in a three-piece suit when I was a little kid.
Right.
Got a whoop. So anyway, with that, yeah, because I like clothes. So this was intriguing to me. So I found out that that's what they was doing. So I started thinking, because I got contract pricing. I'm the #1 salesperson in the company. And I'm still learning, and I'm focused. And I kept on trying to figure out, what can I do to create my own brand? And it took me a whole year, the whole 99, the year 1999, while I was reinventing myself. Got married, working a job, credit is good, license is intact, my eyes and shit is
Feeling good.
pure.
Boy, feeling
Ain't
good.
no strain on
Gotta
me.
look over my shoulder, none of that.
None of that. I never did have to look over my shoulder though, unless the police was looking for me.
Well, that's what I'm talking about, Mo. What you think I'm talking about, man?
You're my brother. You know how I am. You know how I am.
I ain't talking about no niggas looking for you. I'm talking about the police.
Y'all hear that? Y'all hear that? See, we cleansed. So once I figured, so I kept on going. I'm like, damn, I was actually this dude used to work with me all the time. And he said, man, why just want you to Skrilla? That's your name. Bam. I started coming to, I made a t-shirt that said got milk, like got milk, got Skrilla. And yeah, that was 1999, way before the jackets came. And right
So
now,
it started with the t-shirts.
It started with the t-shirts. Like, it's gonna come back.
I never knew that,
Yeah,
man.
yeah,
It always
yeah.
started with the jackets. They were some of the best jackets I ever saw too, man. Like as far as like locally made jackets and everything, man. Listen, y'all, he had some team jackets, Skrilla jackets, right? You know them high school team jackets. He had the real ones. These motherfuckers was realer than the high school jackets. You know, them high school team jackets, they was heavy as a motherfucker, you know what I mean, nice and thick. You know, you buy them and they be thin, not his. He had that real shit, that real leather, that real heavy wool, you know what I'm saying? Them patches stitched into the coat, yeah.
Yeah, they wasn't iron though.
It was that real shit.
But the thing about it, see, I didn't know what I know now back then. And this took me on a journey though that the average person probably wouldn't even survived it or would have been gave up. Because it'll take your whole world. If you serious and you believe in what you believe in, ain't nothing you can do to stop it. So I done lost, you know, through trial and error. I learned a lot. I didn't say I lost nothing. I learned a lot along the way, and now I'm ready to get it on. See? But see, and what I find for me. But back to let me say something about this jacket, though, man. Listen, because them Skrilla jackets. They indigenous, man. It is us. Everybody should be Skrilla.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. When you had them, my money wasn't all the way right, so I couldn't get one, right? But then when I got a couple dollars, I called, what the fuck? I was mad as shit, I couldn't get one. These jackets is exclusive, I'm telling you, man. I'm exclusive. We got to figure out a way to get these things in these stores.
Well, we're working on it right now. We good now. I got a master plan.
Yeah,
home, baby.
That's what I'm talking about.
And yeah, I remember that, man. I felt so bad with that. Like I said, because hey, man, you believed in it with me.
Yeah, no doubt.
That's why, and most people did. When I showed them, and you could touch them, they had it.
They was the truth, man.
Yeah, because we the truth. Because we the truth. We coming. We coming. And it's far much greater than a jacket. And it's far more valuable than fashion because it's philosophy. It's what we believe in. It's what we built in the pyramids that we get to stand on. So we ain't gotta look for the ones they hide.
Right, no doubt, no doubt.
The Skrilla jackets is powerful, and we gonna get to that because I know everybody looking for me about that. And my mama always tells you, don't be talking like you got a stove if you ain't making no dough.
Hey, man, that's real shit.
So we're going to
right?
keep it Skrilla. I got some more stuff we're going to talk about that.
Yeah, they coming back. We're going to talk about it again. I just had to touch on it a minute, man, because I love them coach, man.
Every time somebody asks me about it. That's why I stay out the way. Because I know that's what they looking for. I know that's what they want. I'm going to make sure y'all get them. And for sure, it's definitely exclusive. And we going when they come back, because I got some stuff going on now, they're going to be as great as the Air Jordan drop. Yes, y'all get ready.
The Skrilla jacket 3s.
Right.
Get this. I got the Skrilla jacket too. I got the.
Yeah. Because we the Skrilla trait.
Yeah.
But I want to give a shout out to somebody that I got a lot of respect for, who I haven't had a personal moment and opportunity to give him his rose, and that's E40 for shining the light, for a great West Coast poet, for speaking the words that was bestowed upon me as Skrilla. Although I took the word and created the acronym and became all of this, I got to get a man his flowers because he spoke the words. And the reason why the name is so significant and dear to me is because when I had the ball in my hand, some of my friends, a couple of my brothers, my good partners, that's Joe and that's Blue, they was talking behind my back. They had a whole bunch of good stuff to say about this dude named Skrilla. And I asked them, man, who is Skrilla? Everywhere I went, they like, man, it's Skrilla, it's Skrilla, it's Skrilla. Skrilla. I said, man, what's that? They said, nigga, that's you. So that's where I got that from, and I appreciate that, and I ain't gonna bag up from that. Now I done breathe life into it, and we all Skrillas, Milwaukee County. Enough respect, dude.
Yeah. Hey, what would you tell your 20-year-old self? right now, if he was sitting right here in front of you, what would you tell him?
Keep it up. And that's a fact. Because the truth of it all, if I had to go back and do it all over again, I'd do the same thing. I wouldn't change nothing. Because who I am in this moment, and I'm talking about in the last, every day, I change, I evolve every single day right now. It's tripping me out.
No doubt.
Hey, guess what? And you helping me, for real. But at my 20-year-old self, I'd tell him keep it up. Because at 20 years old, I had the world in the palm of my hand. Because those roll papers, them OGs before me, they said, check this out. And they shared some intelligence with me. And I didn't mess up. And I didn't, and I believed that I could take us to another level, respectfully. Not because I'm no killer or no drug dealer. I'm a Skrilla. And you are too. I do the same thing.
I saw you down in Atlanta, hanging with Pimpin' Ken, and I thought that was dope. Both of y'all from Milwaukee. Y'all down in Atlanta on y'all own separate ventures, you know what I mean, rocking. But what was that like, man? What was y'all on?
Listen, man, I always been on cloud 11. Yeah, that's one up because my girl at 10. But I be focused, just to keep it real. Ken, I gotta respect it because I watched it. What up, though? It's my brother. I just talked to him a couple of days ago, and I told him what I was on and what I'm getting ready to do. And the only reason I got comfortable in this space is because I watched him. We don't move the same way, but I respect the intelligence that I learned from being a Milwaukee citizen and resident. And Ken, I got a lot of this game from Ken.
Okay.
So when we was in Georgia, I went to Georgia for a whole nother reason. And that was because Money Mile Records and one of my business associates who is from Milwaukee, who elevated, and he an investor, OG Big L. I'm just gonna tell you, OG Big L, y'all know who he is. He was looking for me because he wanted them jackets like everybody else. They came looking for me and started sending, like, man, you gotta come down here. I wasn't even thinking about the Skrilla brand being what it had became and what it's getting ready to do right now. It was everybody else. And he was the main one. And he had the money. I had 2 jackets. And they wasn't official product. They looked good, and I was still building and learning all this stuff. And he wanted to be a part of it. So he said, man, listen, I got $250,000 to invest in whatever his business and what he invested every year or every couple years. They got some money that they need to help somebody else, or buy something and create something else. So they thought about me. So I got all the way down there. They paid for everything, man. I'm in position. I got the mansions, I got the cars, everything lined up for me. So all that stuff they seen, it wasn't me capping. But it wasn't about to be no salary cap. I tell you that. But I didn't know what I was talking about. We got all the way to the lawyer's over there and sent the car to pick up, go get more. You know what I'm saying? I'm his big brother. Because I protected and I brought peace and harmony to Milwaukee for the whole surroundings from every angle in this town. I made sure everybody, even if they was free, they could call me. I come right now this day. I still do it right now this day. But I didn't know what I was talking about when I got that office, man. But the lawyer right there, Lonnie right there, and I'm right there. And I got goosebumps, and I got, all I want is the money. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then when they started asking me all the questions, I couldn't answer not one of them. I didn't have nothing in place. No company, no manufacturer. I was getting it made through sources around here. But I was smart enough because I like fashion. So I know I do this like this, let me touch it. So I did all that. But I was like I'm getting ready to do now. With these blue jean jackets that's getting ready to come, far greater than Fonzarelli. Yeah, I'm the real Fonzie, I'm a Skrilla. That's coming right now. But I didn't know what I was doing. And they said, man, Mo, get out of here. Hey, look, for real. And I didn't get the money.
Yeah.
So
you know that was still a blessing, though.
It was the blessing.
That was the blessing.
That was the blessing.
Now you know. If you hadn't went through that, you still wouldn't know.
Check this out. I'm gonna tell you like this. Had I would have had a manufacturer and I had all that stuff intact, they was gonna take it from me anyway. And I was like, yeah, you go ahead, because I wanted the money.
Right.
But I had already had my street mentality that if it didn't go the way I wanted it to go, then we gonna do the other stuff. Listen, try to tell you. But fortunately enough, for me, I didn't know what I was talking about. So that got me to this level of life right now.
Yeah.
So I didn't have to turn into no gangster.
Yeah, right.
I didn't have to get played out of my shit. You know what I'm saying? The lessons learned.
You just knew what you had to learn.
So through trial and error, I went the whole time I was gone that don't nobody know about, but everybody knows so much, and they got some ideas like I did when I went in that office and didn't know what I was talking about. What I did all those years that I was running around, I was building my corporation. So now I got Skrilla Nation Inc. And it's a corporation. Now I can own 100,000 LLCs under the umbrella of Skrilla Nation Inc. So when I say them again, I showed him I'm gonna bring it so we can see it. And I showed him that. He said, "Who helped you do that?" Yeah, I paid somebody to help me do it. That's how I got it, and now I got it. And if y'all want to learn how to be entrepreneurs and don't want to go through the trial and error of losing, don't mean you can't win later on. But most times we had to lose to win. So I took the losses for everybody, and everybody looking at me like, "Where my Skrilla at?" So I got the Skrilla Nation Inc.
Hey, that's the perfect scenario of learn the lesson so you can receive the blessing.
Correct.
That's the perfect scenario of that. You know what I'm saying? You go to the meeting, you find out what you don't know. Well, I need to learn this lesson so I can receive that for when it's time. You know what I'm saying?
Correct. Now check this out. In that moment, we in the building. This is a true story. This is history. This is a big deal. Hey, so when we in the lawyer's office, telling the story, talking about the business, and I didn't know what I was talking about. The phone rung. The phone was ringing and ringing and ringing and ringing and ringing. It's dude's phone. But we talking and talking, you know what I'm saying? He ain't paying attention to no phone because we in the business meeting. And then once he found when I said, he said, "Where you getting it made at?" I was like, "Bird car." You know, and mom and pop shop over here. Like, you ain't got no manufacturer. Because you're going to have to go overseas. You're going to have to go to Indonesia or wherever we was talking about. You're going to have to go way over there. Me. Hey, check this out. The phone ringing and ringing and ringing and ringing. So when we understood that I didn't have none of my particulars intact, my I's out and my T's crossed, it's just me talking again. I talked my way, but he answered the phone. And when he answered the phone, it was Goosebumps, which was a strip club in downtown Atlanta, across the street from the convention center, around the corner from Harlem Nights. There's a parking lot right next door too. He said, "I want it." And then he got in front of me and said, "Mo, you got to wait." And that stopped me in my tracks right there, because I got all the way in the building, like we gonna get now, like we doing right now. And I didn't know what I was talking. And then he bought that building. Check it out. We'll take y'all down there. We'll own all the stuff we do. We'll go down there, and this gonna be a part of my story. I'm gonna let him tell y'all for himself. He's from Milwaukee. And then he bought the parking lot next door. And he made more money in the parking lot than in the strip club, because they play, and this ain't no knock to nobody, because they play the wrong music to entertain the clients that can support the business. So they ain't got no Frank Sinatra none playing. You know, they got the hip hop.
Right. No problem.
But he owned all the stuff, because I wasn't prepared, and I didn't have all my stuff intact, or else I'd have owned all of it right now. So that was one of the things that I made it all the way to the top.
Yeah. One thing I learned about business, man, when you start a business, you start something, the best thing to do is to learn as much as you can about said business.
Correct.
You know what I mean? And that's one of the reasons why right there. And I ain't saying that to you.
No,
I'm saying that for the people out there that's trying to learn something. You know what I mean? You start a business, you need to know all about that business.
Right.
You know how you need to do your research and figure out how to make it to the top with that business.
Correct.
You need to know who you're gonna have to go talk to, you know what I mean, to make that business grow like you want to. But yeah, that's the lesson in the whole lesson.
To just elaborate on what you're saying, and that's absolutely correct. But business, it's a journey, right? Because, like I said, I didn't even know. This wasn't no dream I had as a kid. To be no fashion mogul or no stuff like this. I don't even feel like that now.
Where did you think you was gonna be when you was a kid? Right,
A king.
A king, like
I always knew I was
king of a land. Like what kind of king?
King of my.
What did you see yourself doing when you was young?
I can't even. The one thing that as a kid that I envisioned when I was going to our Avenue, because I liked the basketball, that I was going to be a Harlem Globetrotter. That's what I thought I was going to be.
Yeah. And ain't nothing wrong with that.
No, that's what I thought I was going to be, because I was good with the basketball.
Yep, I thought I was going to play football.
We all, most young black men, I'm telling you this right now, I got 13, I got 4 nephews, and I got 9 great nephews. I was the only male, I was the only boy, and my mama oldest grandchild, and my mama only son. So I'm number 1, and I grew up with all the girls. And so I grew up as a protector and a provider. I know how to wash dishes, wash clothes. I know how to burp the babies. You understand? And now I got a whole bunch of nephews. They call me Uncle Reese. And one of them is named after me. And he looked like El DeBarge. For real. So when I was a kid, I'm a dark skin. I look just like I do right now. Dark, nappy headed. It was some pretty game. And all the light skinned people was in, because my mother, all my sisters, everybody, you know, they light, real light, and pretty. So I'm nappy, black,
dark and
ugly, right? And then so I had to fight all the time.
Right, because of that?
Because that ain't your mama. you how she had, like something like that. So our people are saying stuff about me, like I'm self-centered, you understand? I'm a narcissist and all kind of stuff. I don't never say nothing, because they never said it to me. But every time everybody that says something about me, it's more people that love me that did not. They come tell me everything you said, and I say, oh, they just because they don't know me. So I don't ever pay no attention. So I used to fight because I'm dark. Now it's another little dude named Maurice, and he looked just like El DeBarge. So now I ain't got to fight y'all now, because it's another one of me, and he look like y'all. How about that?
Right. What's motivating you to continue to make positive changes in a world where it seems like people trying to bring you back? What's motivating you to keep making these changes? Because every day, man, like I think we was talking about it the other day, like how it'd be like people that they do shit and they say shit and it just make you want to resort back to your old way of fixing shit. You know what I mean? But you got to stay motivated to continue to that positive, for that positive outcome. You know what I mean?
Look,
motherfucker piss you off and you ain't going. I got other shit to do. What's motivating you to make those right decisions?
So one, it's easy. It's easy for me to stay motivated because my mama, every day she get up, and right now I'm staying with her, and it's just me and her. I'm my only son, and I never could even be standing in the room with her because she always happy, dog. She always got something good to say. She always trying to take care of everything. I want a hug. You let me look in your eyes.
Yeah.
She ain't never in my life. And she just went through a whole bunch of health stuff, and she still ain't cringed and stopped smiling, not one time.
Yeah, that's what's up.
And so that's where I'm from. That's what's in me. But see, as a protector, I know how to keep my stance. It ain't hard to motivate. If it's one thing that maybe I could say that if I want to even think about something being able to influence me, motivate me, it got to be the kids. You know what I'm saying? It's them little boys. I got some sons too, and I got a grandson. I don't get a chance to talk about them yet because of the relationships I had, and you know, with the mothers of my kids and some of my decisions that I made. So I ain't got to that yet, but that's the only thing motivating me. If I'm gonna say that outside my mom,
Yeah, that's all that's needed.
Is the kids.
That's all that's needed.
Yeah, far greater than Trick Daddy. Yeah, Skrilla love the kids.
No doubt, no
Motion.
doubt.
That's motion.
No doubt. Hey, y'all, thank y'all for hanging out with us, man. Y'all gonna see a lot more of MOE SCRILLA. You know what I'm talking about? We're gonna see a lot more of the homie. But thank y'all for hanging out with us again. This episode is brought to you by the House of Vitality inside the Sherman Phoenix. Make sure you pull up. Make sure you come get your sea moss and get you something healthy to drink. You know what I'm talking about?
Man, I
Peace.
finished it.